Welcome back to Against the Grain, the Farm Aid podcast. I'm Jessica Elise Kern.
And I'm Michael Stewart Foley. For this special holiday episode of Against the Grain, we decided to dig into our archives to showcase some of the work of our awe-inspiring founder, Willie Nelson.
As you may know, Willie founded Farm Aid nearly 40 years ago when he recruited Neil Young and John Mellencamp to organize the first Farm Aid concert in Champaign, Illinois in September 1985.
Thank you all very much, and welcome to Farm Aid, the concert for America. And now how about a nice hand for Mr. Roger Miller?
Pitching pennies in the park, playing croquet till it's dark. Oh, friends.
And if you want to hear the wild stories of Farm Aid's origin, you can go and listen to episode 1 of Against the Grain.
Willie, as Farm Aid's president, has continued to organize our annual festival to raise money for farm organizations and awareness of the family farm movement every single year. Recently, we had Farm Aid's entire audio and video archive digitized, so that's 40 years worth of footage that's been sitting dormant that we now have access to. We gathered up tapes from a bunch of sketchy storage units down the street and in the basement of our executive director.
Oh, and who knows, there's probably more on Willie's bus.
Yeah, we should check that out. It's astonishing to see all the ways that Farm Aid's founding artists showed up with farmers over the years. It wasn't just that Willie, Neil, and John put on an annual concert that raised millions of dollars. They also joined farmers on the front lines of protest and disaster relief.
There were so many amazing moments, like Mellencamp showing up at a USDA office protest in Chillicothe, Missouri, and Neil on Capitol Hill in 1999. And what about Willie's 1989 tour when he brought farmers to all the press conferences that he had?
Yeah, and Willie showing up for the first big factory farm protest in Lincoln Township, Missouri in 1995. So now we're going to take you back to 1996, when Willie participated in a hay lift organized by a South Carolina farmer named Tom Trantham and a bunch of Teamsters Union truck drivers. They brought thousands of bales of hay to Texas to help farmers and ranchers who, because of a devastating drought, couldn't grow enough hay to feed their cattle through the winter.
We had nothing. The cattle were eating the bark off the posts.
For these Travis County ranchers, the situation was dire, until Willie and all of this hay showed up. Here's Willie talking to a local reporter about the project in a way that I just love. He's showing how rural people show up for each other when times get tough.
Well, this is a very exciting morning for, a lot of people down here, because this is a perfect example of people helping people. And years ago, when they had the big drought up in South Carolina, a lot of Texas farmers and ranchers sent a bunch of hay up there to these folks. And a guy named Tom, who was a recipient of some of the hay, him and his cows were very happy to get it. And when they found out that Texas was having a similar problem, this is South Carolina sending hay back down here. And the Teamsters donated the truck, the driver donated his help. And this is just the beginning of many of these hay lifts.
Later that day, Willie was out delivering hay from ranch to ranch when he encountered rancher Fanny Simnocker.
Well, I think they've got 150 or a couple of hundred set aside for you now, and we'll get you some more later.
Oh, you're the sweetest thing. I'm going to say a lot of prayers for you.
Oh, thank you.
While Willie was helping unload, Fanny told us without this hay, she was certain to lose her cattle.
I couldn't pay the taxes on my place if I don't keep cattle.
We might not get all the cattle fed all winter long with the hay, but we'll get some of the people a little more secure in their winter, that they are going to get some help and there is somebody thinking about them.
Willie, when was the last time you hauled any hay?
Been a while.
Willie making those hay lifts happen is yet another example of Willie talking the talk and then walking the walk, showing up for farmers and rural communities.
When 5 family farmers go out of business, then one business in that community goes out. So it's like a domino effect.
The original purpose of Farm Aid was to bring some awareness to the fact that the farmer was in trouble.
Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let a memory torture me. Whiskey River, don't run dry. You're all I got, take care of me.
Over the years, hundreds of generous and talented artists have donated their performances to Farm Aid. The Farm Aid mission has not changed. Farm Aid has worked to keep families on the land. Our work benefits everyone who eats. We fund a network of crisis hotlines that farmers can call when they are in urgent need. And when farmers lose their land, they lose their home as well. Our farmer-to-farmer programs combine generations of wisdom with new ideas to take better care of the land. Every day, Farm Aid works to be sure you get what you want, quality food, by doing everything we can to keep family farmers growing your food. It's good to know there are so many people in so many places linked by Farm Aid, working together, making a difference. Today, our family farms are threatened. And when we lose family farms, we lose the best source for fresh, local, and healthy food. The choices you make about your food will determine the fate of family farmers and the future of food in America.
That was Willie speaking in 2003. What's remarkable, Jess, is just how consistent Willie has been over the years. He may be in his 90s now, but he still shows up for farmers. There have been more hay lifts and more protests, including the time Willie showed up in Nebraska with Neil Young to protest the Keystone XL pipeline in 2014, and so many more.
Like in 2023, when Farm Aid helped organize the Farmers for Climate Action rally in Washington, D.C., when Willie and his son Micah sent a video message of support, where they performed Heartland with Mickey Raphael. Heartland is the song that Willie wrote with Bob Dylan for family farmers back in 1993. Give it a listen.
Hello, farmers, farm workers, and friends. I'm Willie Nelson.
And I'm Micah Nelson.
Farm Aid stands for Family Farmers and Ranchers, and you are all so important to us, especially for the role you play as stewards of the land.
We don't have to tell you because all of you already know, but Congress needs to hear from us the importance of prioritizing farmer-led climate solutions in this year's Farm Bill.
And the need to center racial justice in the Farm Bill and put communities ahead of corporations. And we wish we could be there with you today as you prepare to meet with your representatives. The work you're all doing is so important, and we send along our thanks and this song of support. There's a home place under fire, tonight in the heart. Bankers are taking my home and my land from me. There's a big aching hole in my chest now, where my heart won't burn. And a hole in the sky, where God used to be. There's a home place under fire, tonight in the heartland. There's a well where the water's so bitter nobody can drink. Ain't no way to get high, and my mouth is so dry that I can't speak. Don't they know that I'm dying? Why ain't nobody crying for me? My American dream fell apart at the seams.
In this holiday episode, we really wanted to celebrate what an amazing champion he's been for farmers, and also to leave you with the warm, fuzzy feeling that we get from the closeness that is the Nelson family.
So here's Willie with his sons Micah and Lucas playing Stay a Little Longer from this past festival, Farm Aid 2024. Take a listen and then head to our website for the full video clips of what we shared today and more music from the Nelson family.
You can't go home if you're going on the mill. Ridgewell's town at the bottom of the hill. Big creek's up, little creek's level. Plow my corn with a double shovel. Stay all day. Dance all day. Pull off your coat,
Don't see why you don't stay a little longer. You ought to see my blue-eyed Sally. Lives away down on Shenmont Alley. Number on the gate, number on the door. Next house over at the grocery store. Stay all night. Dance all night. Pull off your coat.
In the corner, don't see
why you don't stay a little longer.
What a great song. I love these moments when Willie and the family perform at every festival. On behalf of the Farm Aid family, we'd like to wish you and your family a very happy holiday.
And a special shout out to all the family farmers and ranchers out there. Thank you as always for listening. Don't forget to share this episode with friends. When you like, subscribe, follow, and rate the podcast, it helps us continue to bring you stories about Farm Aid and the people who grow our food. See you in 2025.
Against the Grain was written and produced by us, with sound editing by Endhouse Media and direction from Don Sorokin. Willie Nelson, as always, wrote and performed our theme music.